Good afternoon, everybody. It's about 3:30 on a very hot August 29th. About 105 or 106 heat index out there, and I can tell you that in a coastal town off the Long Island Sound, that's absolutely crazy. But anyway, back over here to get some work done. I checked out the black car on the bonnet stay attachment hole there, and it is flat with a same size hole as this guy right here, as you can see. So this one's just gotten beat up and everything. So what I intend to do there is just kind of pound it flat a little bit and then cut that out and replace that whole thing. Otherwise, just going to continue with the cleanup of this guy right here. I might do some hammer and dolly work. It's a pretty good amount of damage in the front on the nose here. Dents and everything, kind of hard to see in the shade. Get at it a little easier while it's upside down. Work on this dent a little bit and see if I can do anything about this guy, though. That's pretty tight to get in there, if at all. But that's about it. So trying to still work my way towards paint, epoxy-wise. So I was able to hammer and dolly a lot of the ridge out that was in that hole there. Also straightened up a lot of the fender arches, or the wheel arches, I should say, here and here. This was in really bad shape. If you remember when I was initially fitting the bonnet up, this one especially gave me a hard time, a lot of scrapes and stuff on the firewall of the body itself. So this is definitely something that I'm going to have to revisit. But for now, what I'll do is I'll try to minimize the amount of metal that I have to cut out here, but cut out a nice square section there of all of the damaged metal and just replace it. Like I said, I think I may very well just leave it, though I can, looks like you can see some of the original curve of the hole right there, so maybe I will drill this out. We'll see when I get it out. Got that guy replaced. Pretty straightforward, just a square. I also, you can see where that metal's cleaned off. There's a metal tab that goes in there, I assume for the headlights here, headlight runs, or the horn wiring maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the tab holds, but that had popped off and was getting loose. I got another one over there that's broken. Who knows about the rest of them. Not a big fan of the way they did these tabs, but that's, the technology. They didn't have those, Velcro strap things back then. So also a little concerned about this pitting right here. I'm going to take I got a little wire brush there. I'm going to take it to there and see what I get. And I've also got this dented area there. I might work on that a little bit. And a lot of dings and everything in the front of this, obviously. Then I think I might start working on the nose. See what I can make of that. So continuing on. So yeah, this area unfortunately and definitely is going to have to come out. I don't think there's more than 2 or 3 spot welds in this area, so I think there's about one there, one there, one there. So I'll drill those out, bend that flange up, and then look and see, probably do a slice here and here just to allow me to bend that a little easier and get it totally out of the way. And I'll look underneath here and see the extent. This is, since it's just looks like a 90-degree piece here, may just be easier, this underneath piece, just to make that L-shaped 90-degree place and cut that little slot in it. It may be easier than trying to do anything else. So we'll see how this one goes. And I think I might have titled my last video like bonnet repairs complete or some crap like that. Obviously that's not so much. Alright, so that piece has been removed. Doesn't look too bad from the back here. But obviously if you look at that puppy, it's pretty beat up. So I will straighten this out to make a template. Make that template. Cut the little slots in there, probably with just a bunch of drill bit holes, and then get this welded back in. Alright, got the replacement patch ready to go for that. Like I said, I just use a drill bit on the drill press and just cut those holes down, and then use the little small burr wheel that I have on my Dremel, and figured that I'll smooth that up. A little longer than it needs to be, so I'll trim that up, but otherwise it's some paint and stuff, but it'll be ready to go in. Alright, about 7 o'clock, that one's in. Not too bad. A little off there on the lineup for that screw hole thing. I don't really remember what goes in there. Maybe the rear or the front valance gets screwed into that. Not exactly positive. But anyway, so I'll get that cleaned up and get that done. I banged this in a little bit just to kind of flushing that up a little bit. You really can't probably tell. And otherwise, I'm just going to kind of keep cleaning with this thing. Frankly, I'm kind of losing interest for the evening. Kind of happens every once in a while, especially I've been on this for the last 4 or 5 visits. the bonnet itself, so it starts to get a little old, even though I haven't been here for a couple days. So I might call it a little early of a night. We'll see. This guy's all cleaned up here, calling that a done repair. You can still see that there's some bending in there, right in this area, how it got pushed in, so something smacked it there. Pretty good from there on out. I'm not going to worry about these little holes lining up there until I actually reconnect whatever's there. So it's about 7:20 or so. Again, I'm not going to do too much more work this evening. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to go at the nose a little bit here and try and get that kind of sort of flattened up a little bit. Just hammer and dolly work. I'm not going to use the shrinking disc or anything. I got to get this thing really flipped over to do that any justice. But I'll try to start smacking it from this end and see what I can do. All right, about 8 o'clock, time for me to head out. I did get some hammering done on the nose there. You really can't tell, but there was progress, and I am happy the way that it came out. Got a pretty good divot here right in the very front where it kind of comes to a point, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get to that. I don't know if there's a hammer that I can get up in there, that's some weird looking hammer, a long reach hammer or something, but I'll have to flip around and see what I can find. Otherwise, just pretty much got that repair done, and really that was about it. Not a real productive night, but you know, I got something done. So anyway, that's it for me for the week. Obviously, 3-day weekend for me and probably my American friends coming up here. Monday being Labor Day. Kids head back to school on Tuesday, so we'll say a little joyous celebration for that. But otherwise, have a good rest of your week. Thanks for liking. Thanks for watching. And last I checked, it was about 915 or so subscribers, so I'm in the home stretch. Appreciate everybody that's subscribing to the channel and keeping her going. So otherwise, that's it again, and have a good rest of your week. See you this weekend. Cheers.